we're here to talk about Sagicor Group's Q1 performance for 2024. Hi, Mr. Zacca. How are you doing?
Kalila, I'm fine, and it's great to have you.
So I had a look at the numbers. Sagicor recently released this report, and I'm sure the question on everybody's mind is that profit dip because it's big. And so people are probably saying, what is going on with Sagicor? It's a 24%, sorry, a 54% drop in profits.
Yeah, and that's a natural question for people to ask. But what we are confident in is our core business performance, very strong revenue increases, expense management, and our core businesses across insurance, banking, investments was very strong in the first quarter. We had significant increases in insurance revenue, both on the individual and the group side, which is health and life on the group health and group life. Our commercial bank, Sagicor Bank, remains in our clients' corners, and we're gaining market share. And our investment bank is returning to a much more acceptable level of profitability coming out of high interest rates and low liquidity. Now, I say all that to say the dip was not in our core business. It was totally due to two factors, which are non-cash and non-recurring. So we don't expect those negative impacts to continue going forward. One was a refinements that we made to our IFRS 17 computer model, which is an actuarial model that takes our insurance policies and transmits them into financial results that match the IFRS 17 standard. It's highly complex, and we're constantly refining that, and we made some further refinements this year.
So these are new accounting standards.
Yes, very new, very complex, and it has cost the global insurance industry billions to be compliant with these new standards, and we're all learning. So we had that one-time model adjustment.
And this affects just the insurance side of the business or insurance and banking?
Insurance only, both. Primarily long-term insurance, which is our traditional life insurance business. Other types of insurance it does affect, but in terms of the numbers, it's mainly restating rather than changing. On the life insurance side, it does have an impact. And so we had that adjustment, and then we also had some non-cash, now unrealized mark-to-market losses in our life insurance bonds that we hold on our balance sheet. Which with the ups and downs in the market, interest rates coming up and down, some of our bonds decline in value, and we take those prices now to our profit and loss. So that was a one-time non-cash impact. If we adjust the number for those two effects, we would have made 2.3 billion in the quarter, with a 10% return on equity. And that number is within our expectations, so we're not worried at all.
So you would have been up?
Yeah, slightly up, to be honest with you, over Q1 last year.
So two main things, both one-off. But explain what the life insurance bonds are. What is that?
Oh no, well, in life insurance, when you sell policies, you have liabilities. You one day you will pay out those liabilities, right? So whether it's a critical illness or a life policy, so to match those liabilities, when you get the premiums, you buy assets. So we buy Jamaican government bonds, we buy corporate bonds locally and internationally, we buy real estate, equities, etc. So those assets sit on the balance sheet of Sagicor Life Jamaica and match our liabilities to our policyholders.
But when you say that's one-off, you don't really have a way to know that that's actually one-off because the bond market varies.
That's true. We do expect some rebound in asset pricing this year, though, at least stability going forward. But your point is right that we don't have a crystal ball. We can only use our analysis. We have a number of research experts, plus what the markets are saying internationally. We think there is a good chance that asset prices will stabilize and start to come upwards more towards the end of this year.
But the change in the accounting standard, that one is definitely one-off.
Done. That will never happen again.
One and done.
Mm-hmm.
Good to hear, comforting to hear. Now, you mentioned the revenues are actually up. So yes, you had the big dip in the profitability, but when you look at the top line, the revenue is up. So what's driving that increase in revenues for Sagicor?
Great sales, great sales teams on the road and in the offices, both in insurance and banking. Great client service. We're constantly improving our methods of communicating and dealing with client issues. And generally, the strength of our name and the strength of our balance sheet, people have confidence in us. They see us as an extremely robust and strong financial institution across all our business lines and have confidence that their money is safe with us or their life policy is safe with us. And I think those three factors contribute to continuously growing revenue growth.
What's doing better right now, insurance or banking?
That's a hard question. Insurance at the core business is doing very well, and commercial banking is doing very well. So the team at Sagicor Bank have done an amazing job for the last 3 years, growing that business and improving their profitability and serving their clients. We're taking market share. And on the life side, we are dominant. We have about 60% across, when you average out all the various types of business we do in insurance, in life insurance in Jamaica. And I guess I'm happy about both. I don't want to choose between a son and a daughter, if you get the drift, right? Investment banking is coming back.
It's not about choosing, it's what the numbers tell you.
The numbers are pretty strong on both sides. And both,
about comparable?
Yeah, about comparable with each other. And the insurance business has a way it can really do well. Banking is more steady. So I would say that we remain at our core an insurance company, but with a growing banking segment.
Well, I asked specifically because of banking. We've heard that, we heard the finance minister announce recently that corporate income tax is behind, resulting in a whole decrease in the tax revenues collected last year, primarily because of the financial sector and issues that the financial sector has had in the past year. And we also recently saw the BOJ report showing that mortgage delinquencies have risen by a stunning 30%. And so I wonder how this is impacting Sagicor.
So let me first state that when he announced that, I had a word with him and I said, I'm going to check our numbers, and happy to say that our income tax payments went up year over year. So we're not one of whoever he's mentioning. And that is a result of robust profits in 2023, right? And asset growth.
For the banking sector.
All across the businesses. He said financial services, which I took him to mean insurance, banking, etc. Right? So I checked our numbers, and we're not a part of that decline, which is great. I would say though that the numbers cause some concern in terms of corporate profits, and maybe a signal that it's time to ameliorate the very tight liquidity and high interest rates in a prudent way going forward.
So that for me, broke that down for me. What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
I mean, we need to see interest rates come down, but in a prudent way, no dramatic movements, predictable. And I think the Central Bank of Jamaica has been doing an excellent job. And all the signals they have given give us confidence that that's the path they're on.
But doesn't that impact your business? Because don't high interest rates benefit a financial institution like yours?
It hurts some businesses, it helps some. Overall, it's really about the economy and its effect on the economy, not on our business in terms of our balance sheet. If the economy worsens because there's too much compression, then you can get reduced insurance sales. People don't have disposable income. They don't buy cars and borrow, and they don't buy houses and borrow mortgages and so on and so forth. They have less savings income to invest in our investment bank. So it's not, the economy we want a growing, robust economy. That's what all of us in business want.
I did, and speaking of interest rates, I noted that your interest income is up 18% for Sagicor Bank. And I was wondering, looking at that, is it because of the interest rates going up, or are you actually getting new customers?
We're taking share and we're growing our loan portfolios. Our whole portfolio of loans is growing, and in a very well-managed credit quality way where we are very careful about how we assess the quality of lending to a business or an individual. So it's both in volume and in quality, it is improving.
Mhm. Are you concerned about the overall economic environment right now?
Well, I kind of said that earlier. I was not, it's early days, and I've seen no real compression in the amount of business we're doing. As I said, the revenue has been growing steadily. But if interest rates stay high for too long, and if confidence and so on, and investment starts to trail off, there could be some storm clouds gathering. But at this point, I'm not worried. I think the central bank and the finance ministry have a good handle on things, and I'm very confident. So it's more of a, ladies and gentlemen, let's just make sure we know what we're doing and keep our eye on the ball. And that's within here too. Let's keep our efficiencies improving. Let's improve the quality of service, digitalize, reduce costs, etc. So, everybody has a role to play.
What about the investment banking side? How is that doing for Sagicor Investments?
Well, all investment banks in Jamaica, and I would bet across the region, have had a rough time the last couple of years with the high interest rates. There's been a reduction in corporate loan, corporate financing raises, bonds, etc. There's been depression of asset prices leading to less fees on asset management. And
fewer IPOs, people are scared to come to market.
Exactly. Well, we see some rebound in that. So I think let me get to the point. So it has had a tough couple of years, but we've seen a gradual rebound, and our numbers are looking up on all aspects of our insurance investment banking business. Yeah. So when you add it all up, despite whatever headwinds come and go, we're well balanced, we're well diverse, and we have an amazing team, and we are focused on our clients. So I'm very, very confident in the business.
Well, all the best to you and the team as we continue into 2024.
Thank you.
We look forward to better results next quarter and the next financial year.
Thank you very much.